Morning everyone, it's just carving up on the watermelon, and I want to bring up the health issues on the vegan diet that nobody wants to talk about. So I think it's important to talk about if you have any kind of issues, because then you feel kind of unconfident, and people are not drawn to people who are not confident on a vegan diet. So I think it's, some people say, like, why would you bring up health issues if you want to promote veganism? But I think it's being transparent, being honest about everything, and that's the only way how we can grow. If we just pretend that everything is fine, like some people in the vegan movement, and they obviously have health issues, and just like don't talk about it, then I think it's the way to go. So I encourage everyone to talk about their health issues, whatever they have, and not brush it under the carpet. So for me, I have teeth issues, and now I'm gonna explain more about it. Uh, so let's start with my teeth history. So as every child, I would have cavities, and then we used to go, like a whole school used to go for a dental checkup, and I got basically drilled and filled 4 teeth, 4 molars, and they put like a mercury filling in it, which is not the healthiest, but that's what they use. You can see. So those 4 teeth were filled, um, and then I don't remember going to a dentist much more until 2006, when I was about 16 year old or 17-year old. Don't remember exactly. 2006 or 2007. I went to dentist again, just to like slack off from school, and so I went to dentist, and she basically pulled. It was like you got covered like health insurance, so the checkup and filling are for free. But when it's for free, it's not so good. So she basically, the dentist had some personal problems with her husband or something, and that's what they told me. And she basically was so angry, and she drilled one of my teeth so badly up that it got really sensitive to cold afterwards. So every time I would drink something cold, it would like hurt. Um, and that's how it was for about 2 years, until 2000. I think it was 2008 or 9 when it started to hurt again. And at that point, I went back to her. She drilled it again, and put a new filling in there. Um, put a new filling, and then she told me to go for an X-ray, but I didn't go. I didn't want any more problems. I was just like thought, like, yeah, now it's gonna be fine. But it wasn't. The tooth went gray. Basically was dying, but I didn't know at the time. Then I went to another dentist in Serbia, um, and then she told me basically that tooth is basically lost. Well, that you will have to get some complicated surgery or something. And I was like, fuck it, I don't know. I just didn't know, like I just couldn't comprehend how it was. Um, and then later on, I think that year, 2000, was it 2000? That was 2011, I believe. No, sorry, this was all the way till this was all the way 2012, I think. Yeah, this was 2012 when the tooth basically came out. Or was it 2013? I don't remember the years exactly, but the tooth basically came out. This one. And half of it was still inside, rotting there. You could smell it. Um, yeah, so that was pretty bad. I was like, that's the first time I would. Uh, but I thought, like, that's the dentist problem. Like she drilled it too much, and I didn't give it much attention. I knew how to live with it, so it was fine. Just one tooth here and there. Um, but then the biggest surprise came in 2014. So I think September, when I started working in Bratislava at a job, and that's when I got the wisdom teeth problems. So I got one here at the corner, upper left, and then down on the right, I basically got like, I could feel like I got cracks on them, and then over time they just started to fall apart. So like pieces of tooth would just come out if I would beat into something. Um, yeah, and then that's when it started. And then I finished the job in Bratislava in March 2000. In February 2015, and then in March I came to Thailand, and that's when this upper one started to hurt really badly. Like you just so much pain, you can't concentrate on anything else. It started to hurt so much. I was like, fuck, what's going on? Like before I did, when I started first having the cracks in them, I just thought like that's like a natural, like wisdom teeth shouldn't be there anyway. Maybe your body is giving you like signs that your teeth needs more space, so these tooth are just kind of falling apart. But when it started to hurt, I was just like, oh, what's going on? Like it shouldn't hurt so much. Um, yeah, but it hurt so much. I couldn't concentrate. I went to dentist 2015, and she basically found like, she basically said this needs to go, this needs to go. You have one more cavity here, another one is developing right here. I was like, wait, what's going on here, you know? And that's when I made a first video about my teeth. But I just kind of like still, I researched a lot. For example, I researched about Michael Arnstein and why would fruitarians get problems for their teeth if it's so natural. And basically Michael Arnstein said like eating dried fruit is really bad. I was like, yeah, there we go. So I just stopped eating dried fruit, you know. Like dates. Like before I used to eat like dates like every meal, like snacking on dates like whole day. Basically in England and in Slovakia, and it's just like just sticks to your teeth and gets stuck, and the bacteria in your mouth is feeding on the sugar, and it's just like dissolving the enamel and creating the acidity there. Like creating the acidity, and that's deleting the minerals from your teeth, and that's what's creating the cavity. So after that I researched more. I read Duriander's ebook. He said about flossing, so I bought the flossing thing. I started flossing. So I was never flossing basically in my life. That's another reason I found out. So I started flossing and eliminated the dried fruits. And actually the tooth started like, because I was picking on it all the time with my tongue and stuff and sucking on it, like that's why it hurt. But after this I left it alone. I didn't touch it anymore, and then it didn't hurt for quite a while, like I think almost a year. I didn't have problems with it, and then again after a year, when I came back to Thailand, it started hurting again, and I was like, at this point I was just like, I just can't deal with it anymore. Like this pain is just like you can't enjoy life. You can't focus on anything, so I just got extracted. So that's now 2016, and now the most recent stuff is I actually see right here between my front teeth. See that? That's a huge cavity on both front teeth, and so I was like, what the fuck is going on? And I went to check it up, the dentist, and she told me there is like 5 more cavities on my front teeth. I was like, this shit is like not working, you know, like for your teeth. Like last year, so I was like, well, there you go. It's like, it's not like one cavity. And so what doing other and freely, like I get most of my advice from them. I agree with almost everything they say, but they don't know everything, right? So I asked them last year at a festival, what's up with the teeth? How can you prevent cavities? So basically, they say number one thing is hydration. So keep your mouth watery, hydrated all the time. Otherwise, in dry environment, the bacteria is growing much more, and that's true. I looked it up. If it's dry environment, the bacteria just spreads out like crazy. And also for production of saliva. So basically, saliva is protecting your teeth. So if you have dry mouth, there's no saliva that's mineralizing your teeth and fighting with the bacteria. And then another thing they say is aircon, which has also to do with dry mouth. So I don't use aircon at home, I only use fan all night. I use aircon only maybe one to 2 hours a day when I have to be on the internet here in the coffee shop, and that's the only time I use it, or in the airplane. But I think everybody does. Even freelance when I go to Maya Mall where it's aircon. Okay, so I incorporated that, but there is more to it than that. Like Dunander himself did he basically did a teeth job where you I think grind all your teeth to small, and then they put like little implants. So I don't think he's really good example of to ask for healthy teeth. So I'm asking more high carb vegans, long termers who are on this diet. What do you think about the teeth issue? What I researched more is that eating more often could be also issue. So if you're eating like every 2 hours or so, it's not the best. I'm trying to eat less, but sometimes it's like the schedule, you know, like I'm trying to eat like more volume and less often, but sometimes, you know, like you got a schedule and whatever, or you have to, like, you're doing sport and you have to like keep carved up, so sometimes it doesn't work, you know. And basically my philosophy before it was to graze all day, so basically just have food all the time to keep you carved up, because I just don't like to stuff myself with a big meal. I prefer to eat like 5 mangoes now and then 5 mangoes after, and then 5 mangoes after, then like stuff in the 10 mangoes at once or whatever. It's not so enjoyable, you know. So yeah, that's the thing that I'm trying to do now, like eat less often. But yeah, let me know if you know any more tips on how to what to do for teeth. I also heard Himalayan or sea salt is good, like dissolve in the water and put in your mouth. Oil pulling, I'm gonna do it as well. I tried it before, but I don't think this can like itself prevent the cavities. Maybe green leafy vegetables, some people would suggest. Who knows, you know. But yeah, it's not like a one little cavity. It's like, you know, like you could see in the front, and even meat eaters, like hardcore meat eaters, wouldn't have it. So it a little bit buries your confidence down. Yeah, but if you have any tips, let me know down below what you think about it. It's one of those things you just can't control, and you have to research more by yourself. So thanks for the support. Let me know down below. I'll see you later.